We just got this news. Let me just see what Iran International is saying. Iran International posted this an hour ago. This is from Baghai. Here, this is from, yes, Iran, the regime's foreign ministry spokesperson Baghai is saying on the highly enriched uranium stocks, we have stated our positions very clearly at this stage. If we enter into discussions on these issues, we will obviously not reach a result. So this is the official position from the foreign ministry of the regimes. So what he means is that because we had a huge like a lot of updates that the Pakistanis went to Iran, and there was some news regarding that going places and getting good results, and there was a lot of news about all of a sudden the regime coming up with this progressing to a place where Americans could be happy. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just an hour ago, the spokesperson for the foreign ministry just came out and announced that nope, there is no point talking to the Americans. And he continued by saying, we've already gone down this path, and the differences were so extensive that we could not reach a result. The other side destroyed the negotiating table because of its unreasonable demands. So this is Esmail Baghai. Esmail Baghai, as you guys know, I think you guys know these names right now, right? Is a foreign spokesperson of the regime. Earlier, so this is an escalation because earlier we had this news instead saying Pakistani Interior Minister Mohsen Naqvi's meeting in Tehran enabled the negotiation to progress in an important direction, which is what this is also by Iran International. And this one was from 4 hours ago. So 4 hours ago, we had this report that showed that the negotiations were going very well, and it was getting to an important got into improving to an important direction, which is why Field Marshal Munir is coming to join the efforts. CBS reported citing a top Pakistani official. Munir is expected to hold meetings with senior Iranian officials to discuss key regional and international issues, including the ongoing Iran-US negotiations, the report said, citing sources. So 4 hours ago, we had reports that things are going well for the negotiations, but all of a sudden, 1 hour ago, we got reports that nope, the foreign ministry said that we're canceling the negotiations. But we have to be careful how much we take the foreign minister seriously, because the foreign minister is not as big of a deal. Like he could be, if they all like, this is important news, but again, the source is not that important of a person, so we have to keep that in mind. What do you guys think about this? I want you guys to put twos in the chat. Oh, who's modding today?
It looks like I'm modding. Sketch put it two in the chat.
Yes, you guys can hear me okay, right?
Yes.
Now, what I think about this is we knew how long have you been saying this, Armin? We are too far apart, right? On our goals, the goals that are unmovable for the IRGC is keeping a nuclear program. The goals that are unmovable for us is getting rid of it, right? So all this negotiating is, I don't know. I believe the word is kabuki theater. We're just having a little dance around, doing a little ritual about we have to pretend we're talking to satisfy the people that are watching, but it's theater. We both know they're not going to reach a deal. That's why everything is pointing towards there being an eventual confrontation, because what we underpinned as the reason for going in were two things: their capacity to enrich, which has been hit in one of the mountain bases, and their possession of materials, which turns out was in a different base that only got hit by tomahawks. We could talk about that later. So if we cannot retrieve that material and we cannot stop them from enriching, there is nothing to talk about. We're just posturing and doing a little theater in front of everybody, but there's no way that we are going to be able to reach a deal. That reaching a deal is impossible. It's theater.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to see how these people could come get to a deal. You're completely right, and it might be theater for both sides. This is why I think, because the regime knows that this is theater and that war is inevitable, it might be that the reason why they put this out there is to act tough. By the way, that's my two in the chat. I put the two in the chat to just say that, so you could you could ignore it. I think because why make it seem like they got caught off guard again if the Islamic Republic already knows that the Americans are going to attack one way or another? It's better to be like, yeah, we're not going to negotiate, so at least the regime supporters don't think that they got caught off guard again.
Okay. The next is Noah.
Yeah, I think we're at the. I think there's it. They've always been sending the same thing to the Americans. The IRGC has. So, yeah, I agree with you. It's all been theater. I think we're. I hate putting a time stamp on this, but I think we're at the 24-hour mark at this point. So, but yeah, that's what I'll say right now.
Oh, 24-hour mark. Okay.
We will see. And Guy next.
So first of all, I agree with that, and I should know. I have a lot of experience with 24-hour marks because I've been saying it's going to be in the next 24 hours for the last week. So here's what I think. Here's what I think happened in total. Like, what are the different both reasons and the game theory of like why everyone is participating? So for the Americans, let's say it was the Channel 14 leak that was the reason. Even if they're not going to change their plans, the U.S. Army would like to at least have an assessment of potential damages and whether they need to change the plan. So as soon as that happens, that's a new variable that they have to take into account. So they have to delay it by a couple of days. And I think I don't have any special knowledge or any reason to be very confident in this. But I think that's my most likely reason for the delay. As for why the Americans would ask for a negotiation, one thing is I don't think it's for internal politics reasons anymore, because it's starting to look pathetic. And I've been hearing a lot of conservatives say that as well. Even anti-war is like, okay, either shoot or don't shoot, but like, why do you keep doing this? I think the reason is that if he's not going to attack, but it's clear that they're about to attack, then that gives the Islamic Republic a chance to attack first and essentially do it on their own terms. And so you want to negotiate with them to create the illusion that maybe there's a way out of this. And if you're the Islamic Republic, even if you know that, as things are going now, you're on your way down. This is the end. And so whatever chance, even if it's very, very small, that the Americans are making concessions, you have to at least give it a chance. And so you can't not participate in the negotiation. And since the Americans know this, then you give them like a carrot, like, oh, we're actually going to make a concession in this. And maybe we'll agree to delay talking about nuclear for some other time, like by a week. And since for the Islamic Republic, it's a waiting game. Like, even if it's a small chance the Americans are willing to do it, they have to at least give it a shot for the talks. And that way the Americans can delay as much as they want to the extent that they need, and then strike.
Wait, so can you break it down again in in one sentence, like in a few sentences, exactly what you think happened and what you think is going to happen because of it? Yeah.
Okay. So I'll try to do it as succinctly as possible. So I think the delay was because of the Channel 14 leak in Israel.
Really?
I have no special
Okay. Go on.
So.
All right.
So the
Okay,
the,
just give us this was
yeah.
supposed to be
Yeah,
more
yeah.
of the okay, go on.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
So I think that was the reason, but whatever the reason was, the Americans, the reason they keep going back to negotiations is not for domestic reasons, but to prevent the Islamic Republic from striking first. Because if they know, well, strikes are inevitable, and I see all this military out here, I have no reason not to attack first because I know that fighting is incoming. But if you give them even a small chance that there might be a way out of this, because right now they're doomed. If there's even a small chance, then they have to take it. Like, even if they don't believe it, like, okay, maybe we can delay it by a week or whatever, like try playing a waiting game.